Welcome everyone to this episode of Guapish. I am, as always, your host, Lava Skin, or Jackson. Of course, joined by special guest, Nico, today.
Yeah, hey there everybody. As you might be able to tell in just a few moments here, Dylan isn't actually here for this episode because, unfortunately, the guy caught the corona. So, he's in quarantine in his room at the moment.
He's
so
got the corona?
What the fuck?
he got the corona. I've needed to set up, like, some armed guards and shit like that. He ain't getting out of that room, I tell you what.
You're like
How
bottom of
embarrassing
4-pack?
is it to get corona at this point?
Right?
How do you even do that? Is he not vaccinated?
Oh, he's vaccinated. We're both vaccinated.
I see.
Yeah. See, that's the fun trick, Jackson. The vaccine doesn't do anything you'd expect a vaccine to do.
Tragedy.
Also, Tanner's here.
He is here, yeah. I think they could have gathered that at this point, though.
If you guys want to know why my balls hurt right now, go watch Pre-Guap.
Yeah.
Pressing information.
It's very important. The people have to know. So, boys.
So, Nico, what do you think
Yeah.
the odds are of you getting the Rona, seeing as you're living with this man who also has the Rona?
I don't know, Tanner. I don't know. I'd like to say that they're at least 50-50, but who really knows at this point, man?
I mean, they only make
who
out like a
does
couple
know? That
times
was
a
a
day.
number you completely made up.
Yeah, exactly. He's also screaming right now for some reason. I don't know what's up with him.
He wants to tell you something.
I mean, possibly. Who knows, dude?
He's asking for some chicken soup.
We do have some
asking
chicken
for some-
soup. I've mostly just been giving him, like, cereal and toast and shit, though.
You like cut a hole in his door and you're like feeding him through it.
Nah, just like
He
place
dug
it
a
at
big
the
pit
doorstep.
like in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, precisely.
He
I dug a
lowers
big old
stuff
pit.
down to him in a bucket.
Yeah, on the second floor of the apartment
You
complex.
know, toss it through his window.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been a pretty fun time. That's been the only real development.
How long has he had it already?
Just a couple of days so far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
this is a very, very recent development.
Right. Was a couple days ago when he found out he had it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. He called me up during my lunch break at work, and he said, like, yeah, you may want to go get tested. And I was like, all right. So I had to phone my boss, and he was not too pleased by the news. So I had to ditch work for a couple more hours to get tested, and then I could come back after I found out I was COVID negative, boys.
Nice.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
Very nice. Is it? I'm guessing since he's vaccinated, it's not like bad or anything.
It's not too terrible.
Like he's walking around and shit.
Yeah. For the most part, he just like had a pretty rough headache. And that's been pretty much it. His taste, I think, has gone away like slightly. But yeah, for
Think of
the
all
most
the
part, he's
horrible
doing
shit
okay.
you can feed him now.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just give him some nice habanero peppers and shit like that. It'll be grand old time. Grand old time.
Hell yeah.
I burned the shit out of my tongue yesterday drinking
about
some
time.
hot chocolate.
Good, Tanner. It's what you deserved, honestly.
Really?
It's been a long time coming.
You guys tried these Fruit Loops flavored Pop-Tarts?
No.
No, I have not. Oh,
pretty
there he
good.
is. Hello, Dylan. Would you like to say anything to your adoring fans real quick?
No.
Okay.
Isn't he already not infectious? Isn't that the deal?
I don't
He
know.
stopped being infectious after a couple days or something?
I don't know if that's true. I'm not
Do we
gonna
want to
chance
spend the entire episode spreading COVID misinformation?
it. Yeah, let's do.
As
Why
long as
not?
we preference every statement with "I think" or "I think I heard" or whatever.
Yeah,
I
or
don't
like
think we can get in
allegedly.
trouble. Yeah, allegedly. Isn't it? Don't you think? Haven't you heard? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I thought you were trolling me. These are actually a thing? What the fuck?
What? Hang on. Let me check out these Pop-Tarts real quick.
Yeah, they taste pretty good.
Do they now? Do they? I may need
They
to give
also
them a
got
little
these.
shot.
They got these sugar cookie flavored Hershey's bars. Those are pretty
Okay.
good too.
Sugar flavored Hershey's bars?
No, sugar cookie.
Sugar cookies. Oh.
I don't really like sugar cookies is the problem, though.
That's because you're a communist.
I mean, that is a big part of it, but I wouldn't say it's entirely it, Tanner. I just think they don't taste very good. So, boys, how did your Halloweens end up going?
I worked.
Bro.
I didn't do anything.
Oh.
I tried doing something,
Yeah?
but then it didn't work out. So I ended up doing nothing.
Tried
Yeah. I'd say
Yeah.
it was overall a similar situation for me, Tanner. Yeah, you see, for my Halloween, I didn't have much going on, okay? So, like, one of my coworkers was telling me all about how the previous night she had gone to this bar in town, you see. This wonderful bar that she was talking about. It's called the Cabana Club, okay? Have you guys heard about this place? Have you seen it?
Absolute chaos.
So I thought, you know what? I don't really have any plans tonight. I'm a virile young man. Why not hit up a nice little night in the town, you know? Spend my Halloween...
That's such a crazy thing that I would not expect from you to do.
Spend my Halloween right. So after work, I headed on down there. First, though, I did take a little peek into Jackson's workplace, since it's so close by. I was checking it out to see if he was maybe working the bar and such. I didn't see him, though. Otherwise, I would have hit him up. You were on the rooftop?
Yeah.
You're the rooftop bar? I thought you were the normal bar.
No, I'm literally just the rooftop bartender. I literally work every day on the weekends on the rooftop.
Shit, dude.
It's my calling in life. I stand on a roof.
That sucks. If I knew that, I definitely would have sauntered on up there to bother you during your very important work time.
I'm gonna be honest, you wouldn't have bothered me. I was so fucking dead. I was literally doing nothing the entire shift.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. Well, say la vie. Now I know for the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty late, and I was figuring, all right, well, I don't see Jackson in there, so I'll just I'll head on over to the old club, you know. Well, let's see what's going down in there. So as I approached it, I got a little nervous, you know. It started setting in, like, man, I'm not an extroverted person whatsoever. I don't know if this is gonna go so well for me. But you know what? You know what though? I persevered. I persevered because I wanted to find out exactly what this place would be like. I wanted to see all these fresh young honeys all up in the hood, dressed in like slutty pirates or some shit. Probably Slutty Among Us, I'd assume, is what the big craze was this year.
Slutty Squid Game.
Yeah, Slutty Squid Game. So I entered. I opened up those pearly gates to find out what was inside. And I'll tell you what, it was not great. Not fantastic. They were bumping.
Old people.
No, it wasn't all old people, but they were like really bumping country music in there for some reason. You know, to just like really get you into the Halloween spirit.
Yeah, of course.
The smell was truly indescribable. So much so that I believe I have the perfect way of describing it. It's like if you took like chewing tobacco and you just watered it down with tequila. That's exactly what it smelled like in there.
Nice.
Yeah, and just everyone was all grouped up. So it's not like I could just like approach some single young woman in there or anything like that. You know, everyone was already with somebody. So, well, what was a man to do, Tanner? What was a man to do?
Steal someone else's girl.
Yeah, just walk into the middle of a group and be like, hey, can I take her? Thanks.
May I have this dance? Were you dressed as a greaser as you do every Halloween?
I was, Tanner, I was. I was dressed in the fabled greaser costume because it's just so damn easy, dude. It's just so damn easy.
Yeah. It's almost zero effort.
Don't you just like put on like a leather jacket?
Yeah, exactly, dude. A nice leather jacket.
Specifically for this.
Plain white t-shirt. Had my hair all nice and greased back. I wanted to do a pompadour, but I realized I just simply do not have the talent to achieve that. Maybe if there were a good hair care professional nearby, like my sister, who lives literally a couple blocks away, then I could have rocked a pompadour. But alas,
I don't think you have the hair volume for a pompadour right now, Nico.
Well, you see, I like just got my hair cut a couple of days after Halloween, so my hair was rather long and luscious. So I think that if I had dedicated the time and effort into it, then it would have been possible. But alas, I simply could not be bothered.
What was your girlie doing Halloween night? You could have taken her.
She was hanging out with some friends.
Whack.
And we're not like, we're not official or anything like that, Tanner. Come on. We're not like Facebook official or anything like that. Yeah, come on, dude. Come on. As far as all things are concerned, I'm still a single young man, you know.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, brother. Jackson and I could have hit the town. It would have been great.
Yeah, you should have taken me from my job. I would have been sick.
Yeah. I could have just kidnapped you, dude.
Coulda. Like, where the hell did Jackson go? I don't know. He's gone.
Leave a ransom note on the bar.
Yeah.
If you want this bartender back, I need $2,000 in unmarked bills.
But why dwell on what could have been, you know, guys? Why dwell on such things?
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, let's dwell on what had been. Have you? What do you guys know about Napoleon?
Like dynamite?
No, Napoleon Bonaparte.
He was like a French dude. He fought in some wars. He became Emperor of France. He made himself a dictator. He got kicked out of France, and then he came back, took back over, did some more wars, and then really got kicked out, and then he probably like died or something.
I mean, sure, those are all things that Napoleon had done, but what do you really know about Napoleon the man?
He's average height for the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had like a shriveled hand or something.
I'm not entirely sure about that part, but I did start learning a little bit more about old Napoleon Bonaparte recently, because I was like, you know what? I don't really know much about this guy. He seems important. I'll get into it a little bit.
Wait, are we done with the Halloween topic?
Do you want to go back to it real quick?
Well, this felt like an extension of it. You just said that the club was stinky, and you left it there.
Oh yeah, I left shortly afterward. I don't think I was even in there for a minute.
Gotcha. Okay.
You're like the Simpsons meme where you just like walk in, put your stuff down, immediately walk out, grab your stuff, and leave.
Right.
I mean, I didn't have anything to put down at all.
Yeah.
Were there any really hot girls there? Like,
I wasn't paying attention too much.
it's McMinnville, so I imagine not.
Yeah, not really from what I had noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
Napoleon
I guess
boys.
go on, yeah. What a terrible story. You shouldn't have even told us that.
Dude, that was a great
the
story. What are you
analogy.
talking about?
You're
we had
right,
many,
it was a
we had many,
fantastic story.
we had
I loved
many
it.
gaffes to be held. So like Napoleon was a real. He liked a good woman. Okay, here's the thing about him. All right, specifically, he liked an unwashed woman. Okay, he liked a woman.
Okay.
He was really into cunnilingus. He would like write his lover constantly about like how much he just wanted to like get back so that he could like lick her smelly vagina or whatever the fuck. The guy was
fun.
a little bit of a freak. All right.
It was in French, though, so it was romantic.
Precisely. That was just a nice little fun fact about Napoleon I had learned, and I think it's been on my talkies list for months now, and I just really wanted to get it in there.
The cunnilingus came from him being French, and the girl smelling like shit came from him being Italian.
I thought you were going to say from her also being French.
We're not gonna laugh at anything today, eh, guys?
Well, you see,
No.
Taryn, that's one thing that I've kind of learned about doing this over Discord. Sometimes I'll like say something and then there'll just be like absolute silence, and then later while I'm editing I like listen to that part again and you're just like going hysteric with your laughter and shit like that, so sometimes Discord just don't pick it up, you know.
So did you laugh?
Maybe
Well,
you'll have to wait for the episode to come out to find out.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there someday.
We'll have
Potentially.
the technology eventually.
Yeah. You see, Jackson, it's kind of a bummer that I just now found out that you work the roof. Because, like, I've been into McMinnville's a few times here in the past. Once with Dylan. I also went on a nice little date with Lucas there. And, like, each time I would, like, I would ponder right over there. I would gaze upon the bar and just think about, what if my boy Jackson were working over there right now? What if?
Yeah.
Oh,
His
I wish.
vision would ripple, and a ghostly visage of Jackson would be there, mixing drinks.
But now that I know that, I'll be sure to like saunter on up to the bar every single time I'm there.
Hell yeah, do it.
Yeah.
How tall are you now, Jackson?
I don't think it's changed since the last time. How tall was I last time is an even better question.
Like
like-
5'8".
I'm like 6'1", 6'2". I don't really know.
I don't
Nice,
think you're
nice.
taller than me.
How
At least
tall-
that's
how
not
tall
what
are
I
you?
remember.
Tanner, why are you so
Wasn't I
fixated on
taller
height?
than Jackson? That's what I remember, but like, I also would remember it that way, wouldn't I?
I can't
You
remember.
would.
Not something I'd ever think about.
Yeah, precisely. Tanner, I don't know why you fixate on height so much.
It's one of the few things I got going for me. No one laughs at my jokes. Very few people find me particularly attractive. You know, I'm slow. I'm kind of chunky. So height is really the one physical attribute that I really have going for me.
Okay. You see, that's what I was gonna guess. That's why I was about to psychoanalyze you and really dig
Right.
into that. And I was like, well, surely it's the only thing Tanner has at this point.
Exactly.
then
Well,
you're right.
and I'm aware of it. That's because I'm almost an entirely self-actualized person. But
Yeah.
that's just depressing to be self-actualized and not really be worth much, you know?
Yeah, it's important to be self-actualized, though. There are far too many people in this world who just, like, they don't self-reflect very much, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like this
Yeah.
guy Dylan over here. Fucking Dylan? He doesn't got any of that, okay?
Yeah, he doesn't know what he doesn't know, you know?
Mhm.
Precisely.
Exactly.
It's a sad state to be in, but alas. So some people are just content with living their life that way.
You know what? I'm tall and have a big dick, so I guess
Yeah, there you go.
that's two things.
There you go. Oh yeah, speaking of your big dick, Tanner.
Okay. We're not
so-
renaming the podcast. We're leaving it.
When I was on my nice little date with Lucas,
Uh-oh.
yeah, so we had talked
Did
a
he
little
ask
bit.
about my dick? What do you do? Where is this going?
Yeah, how did this
He
get
had
brought up?
talked. He had talked with me a little bit about the sex episode that we had.
Okay.
Yeah, and there
When
was
was
one.
this date?
It was like last week or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He had told me about a few things that he had wanted to bring up had he been there. But alas, he was not. So now I will be able to bring this forward to you boys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I
so
hope it's not accusations.
no, it's not. There's one nice little thing that we didn't talk about that I
Was
had
it
been
that time
planning
I
to bring
ditched
up.
a bro night and fucked someone?
No, we should talk
Okay.
about that. So like in the media and like in all the like teen dramas and shit like that you watch growing up, they constantly paint sex as like this big life-changing thing. Okay, like like everything changes once you have sex. It's literally the greatest pleasure that one can ever have in their entire life.
Yeah.
But
Right.
like once you experience it, it's like, oh, what was that? It?
Right.
I mean, that was cool, I guess, but
Yeah.
I was expecting something more here, okay?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They had been building this up for so long.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, like, it's very much like yeah, I want to do it again. But, like, I don't necessarily need to make my life revolve around this.
Mhm.
Yeah. Despite your entire personality kind of starting to revolve around exactly that.
I don't know what you're talking about. If my personality revolved around it, I'd be attractive.
I mean, maybe. It's
Like,
possible.
truly, if I were actually, like letting my life revolve around sex, I'd be having more.
I mean, you say that, but also you got a 3-figure body count there, my guy.
Yeah. But, like, I blame the majority of that on Portland.
Oh, okay. For whatever reason, you just said like the P, and I immediately thought you were gonna say poor people. I was gonna be like, Tanner, what does that mean?
Completely unrelated.
I blame it on poor people, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, poor people have more sex. That's just a fact.
I mean, yeah, of course. That's why they have so many kids.
Mhm.
Which is, never mind. I'm not going another tangent.
Ow, okay.
Tanner, well, why the fuck did you ditch us during a bro night when we were all having so much fun and just getting back together and wanting to hang out with our good boy Tanner, and you just
Right.
leave us to have sex with some kissless virgin guy?
They were cute, and I wanted to have sex.
Well, there we
Jackson
go.
and Lucas were right there, my dude. What are you doing, Tanner?
I barely remember the circumstances, honestly.
Fortunately for you, Tanner, I remember it like it was yesterday. Jackson, do you remember this fabled event that had transpired?
Was this when we were at his house in Mac? And like
Yes, it was.
around like the middle, he just like gives us an excuse and then drives off and you were like, yeah, he's going up to fuck somebody. I was like, what? And I thought you were joking. And then I realized you weren't joking.
Yeah, Tanner claimed that he was tired, and so he needed to turn in for the night. So we all
Yeah.
needed to leave.
Yeah. Ooh.
But then
what
as
time
we were-
was it? Was it late?
It was only like maybe 9:30 or so. It was not very
That can't
late.
be true.
It was not very late. It was like 9:30 or 10 or
My
something
mom
like that.
was asleep, though. It had to have been later.
Your mom wasn't there, Tanner.
Oh, shit. That's right.
Yeah, she was gone. So yeah, it wasn't that late, but Tanner was like, "Oh, I'm gonna turn in early." So as we're all getting ready to leave, we're all standing there at the door. Tanner, he too approaches and is getting ready to leave. And that's when Kyler spills the beans
I
on
didn't
what
really
exactly
hit
the
it
situation
from
is
you
going
guys,
down.
you know? I mean,
you still covered it in false pretenses.
Right.
Yeah, that was my awakening phase.
That's
when I
right.
realized I didn't know you as well as I thought I did.
Right.
I was a broken man.
Jackson, I learned something horrific on that day.
Mm-hmm. On that day, he was reminded that humanity lives in a cage.
Precisely. So like you're really disparaging towards yourself and your physical appearance. So I have a question here for you. Would you be more insulted if someone called you ugly or adorkable?
See, what's weird is I feel like I'd feel more insulted by ugly, but I'd be more prone to assault them if they said adorkable.
Yeah. What about you, Jackson? What are your feelings on this?
I would much rather somebody say, I'm just ugly. Adorkable just sounds awful. I hate it.
Right? I asked this to Dylan. He's the only person who said ugly is the one that he would rather someone call him. Like, adorkable, it triggers something visceral in me, you know? Like, I just want... it just makes me violent, you know? I don't get it what exactly it is, but...
It's a disturbing phrase. I hope to never hear it again.
Exactly. It's rough. It's a pretty rough one. I don't like it one bit. We need to do something to stop it. Can you guys hear Dylan, by the way? He's very loud right now.
I can't hear him.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Hopefully he won't come through in the recording. Hopefully. One can only dream.
Probably will.
Yeah, more than likely. So have you guys been perusing Reddit at all recently?
Every day.
Fucking every day, dude. Hell yeah, brother. Same here. So Jackson, since you obviously have been, did you ever come across this on fairly recently, just a few days ago? I don't remember exactly which subreddit it was on. It was public freakouts. That's right, because it's garbage. There was some video of that someone took of a Tucker Carlson thing, and I don't know much about Tucker Carlson. I know that he's a dude on Fox News. That's about it. I can't really vouch for him one way or the other. But he had a little news segment about Joe Biden, and about how apparently Joe Biden is becoming orange. And he was talking about
I will like to be to try and maintain some level of integrity. This sounds like the kind of stupid shit I would criticize like CNN and whatever back in the day for covering. So I'm gonna say this is stupid and they shouldn't have done this. But go on with what it is.
So he was talking about how like people were calling Trump the Orange Man and how he was bad for it or whatever the fuck. And he said
Orange Man bad.
Yeah, exactly. But he was saying how like, well, you see, since Joe Biden became president, he too has been becoming orange. So is there a problem in the White House that is causing our presidents to become orange or some shit like that?
I changed my mind. If that's his thesis, then I love this. I love this line of questioning.
So like,
the White House was built 200 years ago. Maybe they were using something that turns people orange.
There's no way it's serious. There's no way.
Yeah, exactly. There's no fucking way this is serious. But like for whatever reason, in the comments,
I can just fucking imagine like people used to say that Donald Trump was orange and that made him bad, but since becoming president, Joe Biden has been turning orange. Is there some kind of product in the White House that is turning people orange? This episode on Tucker Carlson tonight. That's kind of how he talks. He has like a very weird rhythm with his speech.
He does. He takes random short pauses all the time.
Exactly.
To be fair, Trump does the exact same thing. So
yeah, but it's funny when he does it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's making faces when he does it. Way better.
Yeah, but in the comments for this thing, just fucking everybody, for whatever reason, thought that he was entirely serious. They were like, I mean, this has to be satire, right? It can't. I can't believe that's not satire. Like, I can't believe this Tucker Carlson guy. How can he not be self-aware about this and shit like that?
Speak for
maybe
yourself.
there is something in the White House turning people.
Exactly, man.
Why is it Trump on Twitter? Think of it. He could have been on Twitter and reacting to this.
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson is completely right. I was not always orange. The White House should be renamed the Orange House because it's turning people orange.
Is Trump still banned off Twitter?
He's still, but I think.
I don't know if he's still banned.
The ban might have ran out and he was just like, fuck you guys, I'm not coming back.
I still think it's fucking hilarious that they banned the fucking president off Twitter.
Yeah, it's a bit ricked. Oh boy. It's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he received a permanent suspension from Twitter.
Okay.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, according to USA Today, he has not yet returned to Twitter, I guess, so... Yeah, I guess the man is gone.
That sucks. He was actually really entertaining listening to his random bullshit he'd constantly post. It's hilarious.
Dude, speaking of Reddit, you guys want to do a little Reddit segment?
Is it talking about Reddit in general, or are you going to be reading something off of Reddit?
I'm going to read something for Reddit and see what you guys think. I'm going to be reading something from the r/am_I_the_asshole subreddit.
This subreddit, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see...
If you can paraphrase it, I'm game.
I want to see how much you guys can... how virulently you guys disagree with some of these. Because I got a really good one in front of me.
Okay. It better be good, Tanner.
Let's see. So, like, this is like a family... They got Chinese food delivered.
Yeah, of course.
Delivery driver showed up. The daughter took the cat upstairs to put in her room. Then the son, who is 13 years old, says, "Make sure to hide the cat from the Chinese guy."
Nice. Okay.
The mother was mortified, and what she ends up doing is she makes him write a one-page paper on Chinese culture, a one-page paper on why racism is perpetrated by racist jokes and stereotypes, and then she drove him to the restaurant to read his apology out loud to the delivery driver and give him those papers.
What?
The husband is like, that was ridiculous. You shouldn't have made our son do that. And this post is by the wife saying, am I the asshole? So... Son makes a joke about Chinese people eating cats in front of a Chinese delivery driver.
Of course.
The mother makes him write basically like two one-page papers about racism in Chinese culture, and then drives him to the restaurant and makes him apologize in front of the delivery driver and likely the other people in the restaurant. Is she the asshole?
Yes. I don't think what the dude did is good, because obviously it was a racist joke, but obviously it was made in jest, of course. But the mom,
so it wasn't really that bad, Jackson.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's just a fucking joke. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if the guy got
he's fucking 13.
Yeah.
You got to nip it in the butt while they're young, Tanner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair,
my favorite comment in this is, "Well, Chinese people do eat cats."
You know, I'm drawing conclusions because as a kid, I remember just like throwing rocks in the road, and a car drove by, and the rocks hit a dude's car when he was driving by, and then my mom made me write an essay about how I shouldn't do that, and that it was really wrong of me to do that when I was like a small child. Had no fucking clue what was going on. It's like obviously a ridiculously overblown response to something that is not a big deal. Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, Tanner, it's creative parenting, all right. Back in our day, our parents would have just spanked us or something. But
that's just gonna make the son not respect the mom. That's not gonna change his behavior at all.
She's created this sudden rift between her husband and her son for basically no reason.
Yeah, to defend some Chinese guy that probably didn't give a shit.
Probably.
Yeah.
She says that he looked hurt, but also she's the one writing this, so how much can I believe that?
Yeah, exactly.
You're telling me that a 13-year-old saying he eats cats is the worst thing you've ever heard? Sure.
This guy's never been on the internet before.
I can understand. I don't know if I can even understand driving the kid to the restaurant, making him apologize. The essays are obviously way out of line. That's ridiculous. If anything, just talk to your son and say, hey, don't make those kinds of jokes around those people.
Yeah,
around
like literally just tell your kid,
Tanner?
That's fucked up. Don't do that. What do you think?
I remember fucking like junior or senior year, like during Unity Week, we would be walking around the halls and I'd like loudly say, I hate brown people. Because that's funny. It's a funny thing to say.
Yeah, of course, it's super funny.
It's funny because it's not true.
Tanner, I remember at one point you saying a joke like that, and a teacher overheard and had pulled you aside.
It was like a counselor.
No, it was an actual teacher. She was like she was one of my social studies teachers, I think.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And yeah, she had to give you a nice little talking to. So she
looks at me, sees me with two brown people, pulls me aside to lecture me about racism, like fucking.
Yo, Nico, you remember when we were in language arts class, like a writing class or whatever it was, and I sent you the Navy SEAL or whatever copy pasta, and I got sent to the principal's office for it.
Yes,
like immediately after.
What the fuck?
It was very fast.
What is this story?
So you know the Navy SEAL copy pasta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got a shit ton of curse words in it, and the school has filters on its email system. So like if you send anything in our school email, because I sent it with our school email because I'm a dumbass.
Oh. I didn't know that was.
Yeah, the filter
they're watching us, eh?
The filter immediately caught that I said like 50 curse words and threatened to kill somebody in an email, and the principal immediately goes on the intercom and he's like, Jackson, can you please come to the principal's office, or it was like the dean or whatever it was.
Explain to him what a copy pasta is.
Yes, literally, I go into his room and he's like, okay, you've had like no problems up until this point. You're a senior. This is the first time you've ever been called to me. What the hell is this? And I'm literally like, this is literally a meme. I'm sitting next to the dude that I sent the email to in my class. It's literally a joke. There's no foul doing with this at all. And then he's like, just don't do it again and let me leave. I was like, okay.
Sport. I'll let this.
And you're like, what'll you do if I do it again? He's like, I'm a Marine. And
send it to him.
Yeah. He then spiels off the entire copy pasta. And like, oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was pretty stupid and funny.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. That was the only time I've ever been in trouble at school before.
You just look at him dead face and you're like, sir, do you think I'm a Navy SEAL with over 300 confirmed kills in Iraq?
He's like, you could.
So Tanner, have you ever been in trouble for anything at school before?
Almost certainly.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember if I've ever been in trouble for anything in high school. I've said shit.
Yeah.
I remember I don't know. I don't think I got in trouble for this somehow, but in fucking I want to say it was freshman year English class. God, this is horrible. I'm pretty sure this was before I like became self-aware, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And was like actually controlling what I was saying. But we were reading like fucking Gattaca or something. Or we were talking about something before we started reading Gattaca. And for some reason she shows us this picture of this like guy who was like a horrible burn victim, and they like reconstructed his face. And they showed his reconstructed face, and you know, he's kind of messed up or whatever. And for some reason, I just loudly say he looks like a Mexican.
What?
I don't. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know why I chose to say that. But, you know what? I think I might have gotten sent to the principal's office for that or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I wouldn't be shocked.
No, I was just asked to, like, sit outside.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh no, it just hit me. I've got one more story. This is even dumber than the Navy SEAL one. Okay. This was in elementary school. Is it dumber
than mine?
Potentially. Because I didn't do anything stupid. Basically, It was just like in elementary school. I was just like drawing my paper because in elementary school and a lot of middle school too, I just drew over all of my papers, like just doodles everywhere. And one of the doodles was just like a stick man. And when you're drawing like the body of the stick man and like putting on the legs, sometimes like if you don't like align the legs to the bottom of the stick man, it'll click like a little line in between his two legs. So I hand in an assignment and I get called to the office like before I'm about to leave or something, and they're like, "What is this? Why did you draw this on the stick man?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" is a stick man. I had no idea what they were talking about, and then in retrospect, obviously, they thought I drew a penis on a stick man, and they were horrified that I would do this. And I was like, "What are you talking about?
Like, this is just the male form. What are you talking about? Nothing to be ashamed of."
I was so confused.
Yeah, how would they have felt if you like created like a masterfully recreation of like the David statue? You know, would they have still called you out for that or something?
Exactly. Yeah. They're hypocrites, is what they are.
I agree. I agree.
Or drawing a big gaping vagina on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like a photorealistic penis on a stick man.
Mm-hmm.
No, but yeah, that was really stupid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of like times I've gotten in trouble at school. Fucking middle school. Last day of 6th grade, I got in a fight, and I'm going to use heavy quotations on fight.
Yeah.
Basically, there was like this little fenced-off garden area.
Yeah.
And sometimes there were like stray cats in there. And you know, you want to throw rocks at the stray cats because you're in middle school.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Like, am I a criminal here?
As you do, you know. Just some casual torturing of animals.
Yeah, whatever. I didn't hit any of them. Some
he was an awful
7th grader like said something to me. I don't even remember what he said, but I didn't like it much at all. And so we start yelling at each other. And he's like, "Dude, I'm older than you. Respect your elders." And then I laugh in his face and say, "You're short." Because, you know, at this point, I'm already like 6 foot. So
yeah, sure.
And he really doesn't like it when I say that.
Uh-huh.
So he fucking pushes me, and yeah, we're just like pushing each other back and forth. Like, that's the extent of fighting. I like kick him once, and that's about it. And then like he pushes me, grabs the collar of my shirt, and my shirt tears like straight down the middle. My Mario Kart Wii shirt.
No, that motherfucker.
And after my shirt tore, I just went to the office, and then they like, I guess they technically suspended me for 1 day, but that day was the last day of 6th grade, and my parents couldn't pick me up until after school, so I just sat in the office the whole time.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Yep. My science teacher wound up like roaming through there, and she's like, "Tara, what are you doing in here?" I'm like, "I got in a fight and I'm suspended." And she's like, "What?" Just happens, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'd be like
just
that.
as you do.
Right.
Is that the only time you've ever really been in a fight? Have either of you had like any sort of a fight happen?
I've never been in fights in elementary school, but like, again, I've always been bigger than other people, so like,
yeah.
None of them are particularly hard. I used to. My move in elementary school was always trip them so they go on the ground and then sit
Batista
on them.
bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What about you,
that's
Jackson?
the extent
Did you
of my
say that you had
fighting career.
I've never been in a fight, no.
Okay.
The worst I've ever had is when somebody slapped me. I think you even remember that. But I just thought it was funny.
I do not remember that now.
So we're finishing up cross-country practice, and we're just like walking on the track back to the parking lot. And then I think his name was Jason. Dude's like a total fucking weirdo. I think this is freshman year. And he was upset that I was dating Anna Lynn or something. I'm pretty sure that's what his reasoning was. But he like stops me when I'm just like walking with you, like trying to leave. And he just slaps me in the face out of nowhere. And I'm like, what the hell?
Dude, he had slapped me too at one point.
Yeah.
I don't remember what for, but...
Was it the Jason I'm thinking of who was also on the team when I was on it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know him. That dude was a fucking weirdo. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of those people who, like, for whatever reason, puts, like, an insane amount of, like, value into someone if they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, because he was, like, in a relationship, it's like, oh, everything that he thinks is, like, perfect, okay? If you're not in a relationship, don't even try to talk to him.
Right.
Like you are literally nothing. Yeah, people like that are fucking weird, dude. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it either.
Yeah. But yeah, I know that he had slapped me once. A girl had slapped me once.
What'd the girl slap you for?
It was one of the other counselors at like at the summer camp that we would go to, Tanner.
What?
Yeah, because I said that I would jump into the lake with her, but I didn't.
Oh my god.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
she
'cause
jumped
you're
in
a
all
coward.
alone. Because I thought it'd be funny if I got her to jump in and I just didn't do anything.
Who
so yeah, she
was
slapped
it?
me for that. Haley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like, it was more so a friendly slap, it didn't have like a bunch of...
Almost not worth bringing up.
Yeah, it wasn't one where like there was hatred in someone's heart or anything like that. In terms of like fights though, I had never really been in one either, unfortunately. I had put like...
You guys remember witnessing in school?
Yes, definitely. At one point there was a fight that happened in my middle school that I just kind of briskly walked by because I was like, well, I ain't getting involved there. No, I didn't watch it. Because it was like the end of school, so I was like, well, I gotta get to the bus. Later, y'all. And like one day in high school, right as I walked through the doors to like come into the school, there was two women just like clawing at each other. Like fucking, why are girls so brutal when it comes to fights? I don't get it.
They go for like the weak points. Like
Yeah.
hair is always something they go for. They're brutal.
Yeah. They have a higher threshold for when they get physical, but once they cross it, they go full force.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They were like trying to murder each other, dude. It was fucking crazy. But that's the only other fight I've really seen in school.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I remember one fight in middle school where it was like two guys squaring off against each other, and they were clearly like trying to emulate what they had seen in like boxing movies or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys look like losers.
I fully expect you to say Dragon Ball. I was gonna be like, bro,
Yeah, they're doing
that thing. Let's
kamehamehas
go.
at each other.
Oh, that's fucking. That was the let me see. There's another fight in that same middle school. Like, I never saw the fight because a crowd gathered so quickly because it was like in the outdoors eating area. But all I remember is huge crowd, people fighting, and then someone takes like a fucking icy, like someone on the outside ring. They take their icy and they just chuck it into the middle of the crowd. And like the top came off at like the top of the arc, so it's just perfect splatter over the entire crowd. It was fucking hilarious, really funny. But yeah, not much fighting, if I recall.
Damn, we should have gone to more violent schools.
Yeah,
we really should have
gone to some of these inner city schools.
Yeah, precisely. Then we would have had good stories to tell.
Yeah.
I think that's a problem. I think that our lives have been too good thus far, and so it's not made us interesting people as a result.
Yeah, that's why we're not successful.
Facts.
Maybe we need to go like starting some fights. That way we can have some stories,
Oh, there we go. That's what I like to hear. Alrighty, boys, we all just need to meet up at the club and, just start tearing these groups apart that I was talking about before.
Yes, dude.
I think that's the way to do it.
That's a solid idea.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I've got my cat right here in my lap. You guys got any questions for her?
No.
Why are you still there? Why have you not left yet?
Why have you not left? Why, huh? I can't get rid of her. Like, legit. I'm gonna try again Monday. But, like, what are the odds that works,
What do you mean by get rid of her? Like leave her outside?
I don't want her anymore.
I mean,
Why
like,
don't you take her to,
what
like, a pound
have
or
your
something?
attempts been so far?
My attempts have been pretty much exclusively try and get the Humane Society to take her.
Oh, gotcha.
Hmm.
Why don't you, like, put her on eBay or some shit? Like, hey, free cat.
I have her on Craigslist, and, like, literally what I've gotten a lot of people responding to me, but what happens is they'll ask one question, I'll send an answer, and then I get no messages from them ever again.
Gotcha.
Classic.
Like, it truly makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Hopefully, maybe you'll be able to get rid of that there cat who's been weighing you down. Don't kill it, though, Tanner. I know how much you want to.
I'm not gonna kill it.
You
Good.
thought about it, though.
Yeah,
I've thought about it.
He's thought about it many times. I know you do. I know you. Don't
Toss
do
her in the microwave.
I don't own a microwave.
Christ,
So
Jackson.
that's not even.
You don't
an
own a
option.
microwave? What the fuck?
Yeah. How do you not own a microwave, Tanner?
How
I'd
the?
have to buy one.
What do you mean?
They're
buy
not even that
one? You live in an
expensive.
apartment.
I don't have money, guys.
What?
I have an Instapot, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Tanner, why are you poor? Cool. Why not just get money?
I'm working on it. I'm trying my best to get money. The world keeps conspiring against me.
That's fair. The world does have a habit of doing that.
What is this? This better not be hentai, Jackson.
It's not hentai. It'd never be hentai.
Yes, the classic. This isn't a beach. This is a bathtub. I love it, Jackson. I'm gonna give you a nice little reaction to that one, my boy.
Please.
If you can figure it out.
There we go. Perfect.
Wow, you figured it out.
I did it. So, boys, I want to talk about something that's real timely right now at the moment.
Oh, yeah?
Because if I bring it up too late, then we're never going to be able to talk about it again.
Okay.
So you see that the good old folks over at Nintendo launched their N64 expansion for the Nintendo Online service?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you see that it's going fucking awful?
Yeah, it's just atrocious.
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, it is a trash fire, Tanner.
What's going wrong with it?
So to begin with, the price is a big issue that people have with it. Like, it's a massive issue. It's an additional $30 for the entire year than the normal service.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's so much.
It is. To be fair, it also comes with like a bunch of Sega games as well for like the Sega Genesis or Master Drive. I don't remember which one it is, but I don't care about any of that stuff. I only care about the N64 games. It also comes with the expansion pass or whatever for Animal Crossing, but again, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care about Animal Crossing or Sega. I just want to play N64 games.
Right.
But yeah, also there's aren't all that many games on there, and another big issue with it is like how they set up the control layout for it. Because, you know, you'd expect, like, at the very least, one of the most bare bones things that any company could do, that literally every single game should have, is for you to be able to, like, change the buttons and shit like that to what you want. But Nintendo didn't do that. They just kind of messed around a little bit, I guess, for whatever reason, with how things are set up on the, like, emulator. So it just caused a lot of issues for several games, like Sin and Punishment, I think is what it's called. You can't, like, move to the right and also shoot at the same time due to, like, where the buttons are placed or some shit like that.
That's pretty good.
Right?
Where can I find a list of the games? Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Let's see. How many of these do I give a shit about? I mean, they got
They have Ocarina
Mario
of Time.
Kart 64 and Star Fox 64. Those I really care about. Damn, they got Yoshi Story. Oh, that's
right?
it.
Yeah,
so it's 12? It's 9.
Yeah. There are like 3 more that they said they are going to be bringing soon.
What the fuck is win-back covert operations?
It's a great question. So one issue with Mario Kart, actually, is that in order to do like the ghost race thing, where like it's time travel or some shit like that, you need to have like an N64 expansion pack or whatever plugged in there. But you can't have that with a Switch, so you just can't do it. But
a Switch has the memory.
It sure does, Tanner. It sure does.
It's pretty good.
So yeah, it seems like Nintendo's just been like super lazy with it.
Right.
Which, like, you know, if they were just like dumping a bunch of ROMs or whatever on there, it's like, okay, sure, I can understand why you're being a little half-assed with this, but they're not. It feels like they're perfectly trying to like curate what exactly goes on here, and that would kind of suggest that they care about what they're doing, but their actions do not say that they care about this whatsoever.
Right.
So yeah, it's just really weird. I don't get it. Yeah, that's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, the button shit. Like, the way that the N64 controller works is that the A and B buttons are like in different places from where they are on the Switch controller, and that's caused some issues with a few games as well, despite Tanner claiming in the God of War playthrough that we did that the button layout for all Nintendo controllers has always been the same, but they definitely have not.
Okay, hold on a second.
What's up, Tanner?
Let's just look at this.
Yeah, let's just look at the fucking Wii controller and an SNES controller for a second, Tanner.
Sure.
Well, let's look at an N64 controller compared to an SNES one, my guy.
There we go.
Let's see where the buttons are there.
So it's like, let's see. On the NES, it's A on the left, B on the right.
Yeah.
On the SNES, it's A on the left, B on the right, sort of above. Oh, damn, they totally do reverse it on... Oh, weird. You're right. Damn.
Yeah,
they reverse it. They go the complete reverse for the 64 and the GameCube. The Wii, we're gonna ignore that because that's a motion control nonsense. And then they return to A left down, B right up on the Switch and the Wii U.
Yeah, things started to get a little muddled there in the middle.
Right.
So yeah, it's just a massive fiasco. The unfortunate part here is that the way that companies seem to work, especially Nintendo, is that I don't know what it is. Like, they don't take the very obvious information from these sort of situations where it's like, oh, people aren't really liking the service. I guess it's because of all this stupid shit that we did. Likely what their takeaway from this will be, oh, people don't like the service. I guess they just don't like N64 games anymore, and then they'll just never re-release them.
Well, that just makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they should be taking away from this whole thing.
Did people say that, like, the Wii generation was way longer than other ones?
Yeah,
Because, like, according to this, it's like the Super Nintendo came out 6 years after the NES, and then the N64 was 5 years later, the GameCube was 5 years later, the Wii was 5 years later, the Wii U was 6 years later, and then the Switch was 5 years later.
Yeah, it's a pretty big leap there, Tanner.
It isn't a big leap because we saw that leap before.
You know.
And it's also only 1 year.
Yeah. Think of all that time, dude.
Right.
That's like a whole year without a new console. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
But, like, that's the thing that people said, right? They were like, oh, yeah, the Wii 360 PS3 generation was, like, artificially long or something.
Yeah, I think that the, like, the 360 and the PlayStation, those had been out, like, their space between, like, the 360 and Xbox One, PS3, PS4 was longer than the Wii and the Wii U was the thing, though.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Because the Wii U came out, I think, a year or two before Sony and Xbox's new consoles did.
Fuck, where's, like, an actually readable chart? Oh, here we go. So let's see. The original... What? This chart doesn't even cover everything. This is useless to me. God damn. What about this? No. Okay, so like, literally, if you type into Google all console release years and then do images, like, all these charts are fucking unreadable.
Yeah.
Like, these are terrible.
So, like, yeah, the 360 came out in 2005, and the Xbox One came out in 2013. So that was like an 8-year difference between those ones.
So it's just Nintendo has been, like, keeping it constant.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Jackson, how do you feel about the PlayStation 3?
Yeah, it was my first console. I think it's pretty swell.
Yeah. I was never a massive fan of the PS3. I think that, like, the PS3 controller and the PS4 controllers, for whatever reason, just feel too light to me. It feels like I can break them too easily. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they're very light.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
PS5 controller's pretty nice, though.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of the things about the PlayStation Xbox controllers over the years. So, like, with PlayStation, it feels like they're really the ones, like, setting the price for controllers. Because, like, they pack a ton of shit into their controllers with, like, each next generation. And so it makes sense why their controllers cost so much. With the Xbox ones, though, they've been virtually unchanged since the 360. but I don't know. I guess they just feel like they need to make their controllers seem comparable in price to PlayStation, so it doesn't seem like
ours is a cheaper option.
Kind of suck, bro. Or I don't know. Well, maybe they're just doing it because people expect that's like the price they should be paying for controllers or something.
Was there even a new controller for the now generation of Xbox? It's like the Series X and S, or is it the same thing?
That's right, Jackson. No. There is. Yeah, there is a new series of controller. The difference is that they added a share button to the old controller.
Wow,
right, that's right.
That's the difference between them.
Well, I mean, frankly, like the 360, they pretty much knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that Xbox needs to like revolutionize their controllers or anything like that. I just don't like how much they cost, because they don't need to cost that much.
Right.
Like, I think that the Xbox controllers are pretty great, personally. I don't think a controller needs all them bells and whistles, you know?
Right. They don't need a little touch screen on the top to...
Yeah, especially since, like...
fucking map or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of that shit on the PlayStation controllers feels like, for the most part, they go completely unused with most games. Like, every now and then you'll get something where it's like, yeah, this is definitely a game that can only be played on PlayStation controller because of all these neat things that they have in here. But for the most part, it doesn't do anything.
Honestly, they like the touchpad on the controllers in the PS5 controller, or like the PS4 controller even too. They're actually really nice though. Like just for UI navigation or like typing things on a keyboard, it's actually super nice. But they're really not used in games at all. It's like the Wii U with its touchscreen. Like no game like ever actually properly utilized it at all.
Plenty of Nintendo games did, not many non-Nintendo games did.
Yeah.
They used it for like maps and inventory and shit like that.
Yeah, and that was about it. When it came to like a Wii Party or whatever the fuck it was called though, a Nintendo Land, that's what it's called. Yeah. For that, they like really showed like, whoa, look at all this cool stuff you can do with the Wii U. And then no one ever did any of this stuff with the Wii U, so...
Yeah.
Right. Nintendo Land was fucking cool, though.
It was very cool. It was a grand old time. We need more Nintendo Lands in our lives.
Get one in any?
They should have made Nintendo Land 2 for the Switch, but they made that fucking 1, 2, 3 Switch, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, the thing that very much so should have been just a pack-in title with the Switch, considering no one ever fucking buys it.
I totally forgot that game existed.
Nintendo Land was a pack-in title either.
No, it was.
What, do Switches still $50? What?
It's a Nintendo game. It never goes down in price.
What?
That's the rule. They have to follow that.
This is like a $20 game max, though. Why would it ever be charged for full price of a AAA game? You telling me that game is the same quality of Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude. I mean, to be fair, Red Dead Redemption 2 ain't that great anyway, so... Yeah.
Shots fired. I've never played it. I don't actually know. I would assume it's pretty good.
I mean, I'm not a big open world guy fan, so...
It looks pretty.
It sure does. It also seems kind of boring, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's just me, though. I don't know. I'm not a big open world guy. Like, when they announced that Legends Arceus isn't actually going to be an open world game, I didn't really care all that much.
It's not open world?
No.
What?
Yeah. It's going to be more like sort of segmented large areas that you'll be able to explore. Think of it as like... it's kind of like Monster Hunter or like Destiny or some shit. Where it's like you have your nice little hub area, which will be like... fucking Cinnabar, whatever the fuck the town is called. That'll be like your main area you go to. And you'll get like missions that you have where you'll like go into these more like big open areas. You'll just kind of explore them to do these missions, and then you'll come back and it's like, oh, you've unlocked this new area you can go to. Okay, go do shit there now, and that kind of stuff.
Legitimately thought it couldn't get any worse for it, and here we are, unlucky. I mean, it's not that big of a change, but it's still like that's really disappointing, to be honest.
I mean, I don't care about it too much. It'll be fine.
I didn't plan on buying it anyway, so this really doesn't affect me.
But Jackson, there's gonna be a Hisuian version of Zorua in it.
What is Zora?
It's that like little black fox thing that can turn into other Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I don't care. Is there a Skitty? Is there a new Skitty?
Unfortunately, not that we've seen so far. There's still time, though. Maybe there will be.
Absolutely tragic. Don't care anymore. Sucks.
I'm sure it'll be a grand old time. We'll see. Only time can tell. In the meantime, in just like a week or so, the Diamond and Pearl remakes will be coming out. So,
are you buying it?
Yeah, of course, dude. Of course, I'm buying them. Come on, Jackson. Come on. What kind of question is that?
Come on.
Yeah. The big thing I'm excited about for it is that it's not going to like force you to start with Infernape, even though I will still do that. Because in like the original Diamond and Pearl games, there, for whatever reason, no fire types whatsoever in it. Like your only choices for fire types in the entire game that you could actually find in that region were Infernape and Rapidash. That's it.
Yep.
There are no other fire types. And so yeah, now they're actually going to be adding a bunch of them. In like the underground areas, you'll be able to find Pokemon down there, and there will be like lava areas where you can find some like Slugma and shit like that, you know. So yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because like
can you make secret bases
even
though?
In the what was that, Jackson?
Can you make secret bases though?
Yeah, you can.
Let's go. I might buy it.
Hell
that's
yeah,
all
brother.
that's all I gave a shit about with the older games.
Yeah. Because like they had an Elite Four member in that generation who was a fire type one, and he barely had any fire types because there were none in the region. Like he had to get like a fucking Lopunny and shit like that on his team instead.
Oh my God.
Just like some Pokemon who can learn like a fire type move is basically what his team amounted to. Yeah, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
I can't believe a game like that even gets through QA, to be completely honest.
Right?
Everybody's like, wait a second.
I mean, you've seen Balan Wonderworld come out, dude. You can't be that surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes this shit kind of just happens, bro. Sometimes it kind of just goes down. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really think I have any other topics to bring up, do you guys?
I don't. I did just get this message randomly, though, which is...
Who the hell's that?
Dude I play Counter-Strike with.
Nice,
wow. Fucking, I don't know. What was in the news this week? What was going on? The Kyle Rittenhouse, fucking trial's happening.
Yeah, it is. Jackson, how do you feel about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial?
Who?
Yeah, Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse. It was in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Some people were like burning the city down, and this 17-year-old kid was running around with a gun and a med kit and a fire extinguisher, trying to help, and he ended up shooting 3 people and killing one.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think it was one person who he killed.
Yeah. And the person he killed was a serial pedophile rapist, and for some reason lefties are ignoring that.
It's because he was black, Tanner. Come on, my guy.
No,
Have you
wasn't.
Forgotten? I don't remember if he was black or not.
All the people that got shot were white.
He was white, Tanner, my guy. Come on.
Not only was the guy a serial pedophile rapist, he's also on camera minutes before he started chasing Kyle, screaming the N-word.
Oh, I thought you were literally gonna say grooming a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on camera literally minutes before fucking a child. Yeah. I guess screaming the N-word isn't that bad when you're a pedophile rapist.
Tanner, he was a pillar of the community, okay?
Yeah,
that's the most upstanding lefty.
That's the stupidest argument I hear. People are like, dude, he carried a gun across state lines. What? It's across state lines, you're using that phrase to make it seem like he came all this way just to cause trouble. He literally worked in the city and lived in the town that happened to be across the state line that was right next to it.
Yeah.
Also, from what I heard from the trial is he didn't even carry the gun across state lines. He bought it in Wisconsin and would store it at the gun store there, so he was never carrying it back and forth.
It's also making it sound like him carrying it across state lines is a super bad thing to do.
Right. Which,
but
if in the United States, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, if he's bringing it to some area where it's guns are a really big no-go, then.
Right. But he's crossing in between Wisconsin and fucking Minnesota or whatever's next to Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's not
as if they give a shit.
Exactly. It's strange. It's all a big, strange situation, Tanner. It's a big, strange situation.
Also, the prosecution is we have secret FBI drone footage of the whole thing, and it's What the fuck are you talking about?
Have they shown the drone footage?
I don't know if they have yet, but also, like, you know, this is a trial. You're supposed to introduce that kind of stuff, not just, like, in your opening statement, be like, by the way, we have drone footage we haven't told you about yet.
I mean, yeah, aren't they, like, not allowed to show it then, if that's the case?
You would think so, but we'll see. There's going to be a lot of clownery in this trial, I expect.
More than likely, because I'm pretty sure the both sides are supposed to have access to the exact same evidence. Mm-hmm. I don't think that like one side can keep something hidden from the other like that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'd assume that if they do reveal the evidence at some point, it'll just be thrown out as long as it's a nice fair trial, you know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Only time will tell.
I have a feeling this is going to be another like Derek Chauvin trial where like a bunch of people are like, if he gets found innocent, we're gonna burn the city down, and then the jurors are like, well, I don't want my city burned down.
I mean, Tanner, it sounds like you want the man to be seen as innocent, Tanner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so wouldn't that be a good thing if that happened?
No, it would not be. It would be a very bad thing. I don't like cities being burned down.
Okay. Nice. Well, boys, I guess if that's everything, then, I guess it's a wrap for this episode of Guapish, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess.
Let's fucking go, boys.
Yeah. Jackson, would you like to take us out of here?
What's the outro?
We don't have one. Just do something.
The outro is by far the least established part of this.
Guys, we're literally ending the episode right now.
Let's go. Bye-bye.
Crazy.